think it's gonna show up
in our profile
in our profile soon.
pages.
But yeah, welcome to our live stream. For those of you who don't know us, my name is Leejay,
And I'm Melissa.
and we are continuing on with this 90-day challenge.
Yes,
And today
yes.
is very special because today is day number.
14.
That's right, day number 14,
Yes.
and we are so happy to, to finish 14 days of this, guys,
Yes.
straight. There's nobody, no, what's that? There's no.
Mm,
Hang on, I think
what's
I
the
didn't.
word? The word.
There's no.
No skip days.
There's skip days, no
Yeah.
rest days, or
No
whatever,
rest
right?
days.
So.
We went on. So every day for the last 14 days,
Mhm.
we have been going on live.
We have been very, very consistent. That's right.
Yes. And
Um,
hopefully we'll continue on all the way to day 90 and beyond that.
and
Yes.
beyond, hopefully, right?
Yes.
So, for those of you who doesn't know what we do, we are in business together, right, for a very, very long time now. But in this particular business, for online business, particularly 4 years, right?
Yes.
And we've been helping families, individuals, people that are wanting to, get started in the online space legitimately.
Yes.
We are able to do that. Mel is an accountant,
Mhm.
and I don't know what I do, business person.
You're
um,
a
I don't know. Like I did a ton of jobs
sales.
before,
Sales.
sales, right? But mostly
Sales and
lately,
marketing.
yeah, sales and marketing.
Yes.
But lately, I've been a director in a company, and
So you're doing some directing.
directing. Yeah, so we're doing some directing, so which is good. Um, all right, so today's episode, we're going to talk about the reflection of the past week
Okay.
and the past 2 weeks. And
Yes.
we've had some really awesome conversations last week, this week,
Yeah.
and one of which is inspiring stories from yesterday, and we also talked about the business that we are in, all about our business.
Yes.
We talk about a little bit of our progress as well. We
Mhm.
talk about some tips for aspiring entrepreneurs. If you guys haven't watched that, you can, these are all recorded and we don't
Yeah.
delete them, right? Um, and then we talk about some of the goals, objectives, and the importance of consistency, right?
Yes. So for those of you who were
Mhm.
wondering, where are the kids? What are the kids doing?
Yeah, the kids are playing.
Yeah. So you're probably hearing them in the background because they're in the other room,
Mhm.
along with their older. So there's three of them: a 9-year-old, 7-year-old, and a 2-year-old.
Mhm.
So you can hear a little bit of jumping around and screaming around.
Right.
So that's them.
Not a ton though, not a lot, but that's okay.
Yes.
But yeah, no, we're really excited because there's a ton of um, you know different topics we're going to talk about next week, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Just a quick reflection of the previous days. It's a wonderful feeling to just give you guys value. Some of you have been
Yeah.
watching this and you reach out to us privately, right? And thanks for that. Thanks for the support, right?
Mhm.
As well as that, hopefully, this helps you out as well. So yeah, we are very busy this weekend. Yesterday was an incredible day, right?
Yes.
We went swimming. I cleaned the entire house. We did the laundry. A typical day, right? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, we are all human beings. We are all busy parents, right?
Yeah.
And for those busy parents out there, there is a way, right? There is a way to manage business and family and business and
And kids.
kids and
And
leisure
yeah.
and recreational activities, right?
Yes.
there's a way to do that. Speaking of which, we just booked our vacation this year,
Yes.
and it's so exciting because and tune out for that because
Yeah.
we're going to a few
We're going
places.
to places that we haven't been before, and it's
It's gonna be
a
awesome,
popular
right?
one.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. So we're gonna
Yeah.
leave that to you guys to
Yeah.
watch out for that. The last time we had a huge vacation really was about 2 years ago,
Yes.
when we went to the States.
Yes.
But because we've been really really busy with other businesses, right? That we manage. But this time I'm so excited, really excited.
Yeah.
The other thing that we're doing this week is that what are we doing this week? So today we actually have a seminar to serve, right?
Yes.
And for those of you who are interested or considering getting into a vibrant community of
Yes.
like-minded Christian community,
Yes.
reach out to us, right? We'll bring you in.
Yeah.
We'll introduce you to them. We'll introduce you to them. And there's a particular seminar that we're doing. I believe it's 5 week or 6 week seminar, and it's all about um, Christian faith and
Yeah.
and discovering your relationships, right, as a married couple. And we've been part of that community for the last 10 years,
10 years,
right?
yeah.
So
Pretty much ever since we've been married. Yeah.
That's right.
We
yeah.
have been part of that community.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the kid's birthday is next
Coming
month.
up next
Coming up.
month.
Yeah. And so that's always my indication of how long we've been married,
Yes,
right?
yeah,
Is our
'cause-
firstborn.
Yeah, our firstborn is turning 10.
Mhm.
So
So we plus 1 year, so we are
so we're turning on our
turning
11th year.
11th year this year, right?
Yes.
So I wonder what we're gonna do on our 11th anniversary.
Maybe you'll surprise me.
All right. So
Maybe one day you'll be like, "Hey, Melissa, pack your bags."
Okay. So what's your
I
reflections?
just gave you an idea, huh?
Yeah, I know. I know.
It's okay. I won't look around your phone or your laptop.
Sure.
So you get to surprise me.
Okay. Okay. Let's do that. What's your reflection this week?
I think I'm really proud that we've been so consistent in the last 14 days. It's really hard to have both of us doing the business together, because then who are taking the kids?
Who's taking care of the kids?
Who's taking care of the kids? Right? Like, what are the kids doing? Right? Because it's either me or him, right?
That's right.
So if both of us are on the live here, what's the kids doing?
Yeah. So there's a few tricks that I do to keep them busy, right? It's never easy, right? So I still have a full-time job. I have my obligations there. Mel also have clients somewhere else to do taxes and things like that. But for a lot of these things really comes down to time management and asking God for strength. Because it can be really tiring, right?
It is, yeah.
My back was aching yesterday, the whole day, right?
And I have my neck pain as well that I'm experiencing. When we get so busy, the things that gets really ignored is your body.
That's right.
And and also your relationship. But for us, I'm really proud with Leejay and I, because while we are busy doing so many other things, we are still pretty much connected. Right?
Yeah, I think that's one of the gifts, the best gift of being here together, right? Because I speak to hundreds and hundreds of overseas Filipino workers, and they're or wanting to be overseas Filipino workers, and a lot of them are actually separated from their families, right?
Yes.
And the goal, even when I'm consulting with them, people wanted to bring their families with them, but in most cases they can't, right? And plus, it's really difficult to actually bring your families with you. Unless you are in a very good position to do so, right? Not a lot can do that. The other day, I was watching this documentary about cruise ships,
Yeah.
um, and and I noticed that a lot of those individuals in the cruise ship, right, go in for like a 6 months, 7 months in, right, and they are away from their families. They live in these confined little spaces inside the cruise ship, right, for months,
Yes.
and um, and I can only imagine how difficult that is, right?
Yes. And doing all that while being far away from your family, from
Mhm.
your loved ones, right? It's really hard.
Especially if there's an emergency or if there's a death
Mm-hmm.
in the family, these are the things that
Yeah.
can really change people.
Yeah.
And when people go home, when people go back to their families, don't expect that they are the same person, right,
Yeah.
in terms of the experience they have, the
Mm-hmm.
pain that they've gone through,
Yeah.
and the transformation that they will have, right?
Yeah.
um, because when these are there are certain things that can change in your life, in a good way, and there are
Mm-hmm.
certain things um, that can stay, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are those things? Possibly
Yes.
values,
Yeah,
right?
our values our
Still the
values are
same.
very important to us. Families, our
Mhm.
families is number one. Our kids are number one. We prioritize them, and the people that we work with as well, the people who trusted us,
Mhm,
who
mhm.
believed in us, um, you know,
Right.
they make a big difference in
Exactly.
us.
So next week we're gonna have quite a busy week. We are going to be focusing on mindset, and what are the things that motivates us.
Mhm.
Um, if you're watching this and you're thinking, Leejay, how do you even find the energy to do all these things, right?
Mhm.
There's 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 a cool trick that I'm going to share next week on how to do this, right?
Mhm.
um, and um, and there's a ton of little tricks that I've learned along the way, that we've learned along the way, and we're probably going to share that next week.
Yeah.
A ton of mindsetting we want to share. There's a ton of materials that we want to share in terms of motivation, in terms of
Mhm.
techniques.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
uh,
these things we've learned from other people, from other
mhm,
people's experiences, stories, right? Because we listen to a lot of people's stories, in our community, in our church community, in our business community. We hear a lot of stories, and we really study them,
mhm,
and we incorporate them in our lives. And the ones that really works for us are the ones that we are very passionate to share with all of you,
mhm.
right?
Yeah, exactly. And one of the things that I really want to share is how do you actually overcome self-doubt, right? Because a ton of
Yes.
people out there loses in their head, right? It starts in the head and it ends in the head, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes um, these conversations you have in your head are the ones
Yeah,
that's
it really affects your
yeah,
decisions,
it
right?
sabotages
Yes.
a lot of people,
Hmm.
right?
Yes.
And I think that's one of the things that we want to share, right? And
Yes.
how do you overcome that?
Yes. Yeah. That's one of my favorite topic
Mm-hmm.
too. When you mentioned that, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
yes, yeah. We listen to the people that we work with,
Mm-hmm.
um, especially in the beginning, right? When they start something new, there is a lot of self doubt, right? They don't know if they can do things online. They don't know if they can manage a technology on
Mm-hmm.
the social platforms. They don't know all that, and we tell them that we are in the same boat. When we started the business, we didn't know all these things. We were not tech savvy. We had to learn it from scratch, from the beginning too. And
Mm-hmm.
we really, we just had that drive to continue on and to
Mm-hmm.
really learn the business and the technology, the softwares.
Mm-hmm.
But you know our training is built for non-tech savvy people,
Mhm.
right?
It's
And
interesting because even for tech savvy people, it can actually hinder their success, right? Of the things that they know, and sometimes it's easier to just erase everything and
yes,
start
and
from
start
scratch,
from
right?
scratch. Yeah.
And do it step by step. So
Yes.
a lot of these things are covered in the training. And think about the training like a course, right?
Yes.
I work in the education industry as well here in
Mm-hmm.
Canada, and the way I look at the structure of the education here in Canada, especially for private career colleges,
Yeah.
it is hands-on, right?
Yeah.
A lot of those courses has to prepare individuals for the job, and I'm so happy to kind of compare that to the courses or the training that we have online.
Yeah.
Is pretty much preparing you for the job, not even preparing you, but you're doing
You're
the job
already
already, you're
doing
doing
the
it.
job.
So it's a step-by-step process, and you're actually clicking, and
Yeah, it shows
it,
you what to click,
right.
where to click,
Hmm.
and all you have to do is to follow and
Hmm.
click.
Right.
I
Now
love
here's the thing with
that. Yeah.
with education, right?
Yes.
Even though the information is free, right?
Mhm.
Because obviously you can sign into, or get into our webinar that's completely free. There is going to be an investment involved to it, right? The same as which when you are investing to your college diploma or your you
Mhm.
know uh,
Yeah.
what do you call that,
Universe.
university degree, right?
Mhm.
There's always going to be investment, and it's the same thing when you're starting a business, right? So when you are not ready to invest, that's totally fine, right?
Yes. Yeah.
There will be a time that you are ready, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
And we don't rush people around in the business. There is a perfect time for everything. And the people who ask questions on us, they tell us, oh, we'll be ready in a few months, we'll
mm,
be ready in 3 months, in 6 months.
mhm,
And we just let them, oh yes, yeah, reach out whenever you're ready, and we'll be glad to get you started once you are ready, right?
absolutely. So just to wrap everything up and kind of have this summary of the last 2 weeks, it is a an awesome 2 weeks, you guys. I mean, it's
Yeah.
packed with information, it's
Yeah.
packed with um, cool stories and
Yes.
tricks, right? A lot of those learnings have been summarized over the course of the years that we've been in business, and they are summarized in a way that hopefully you can apply them right in your daily lives. There's more of this, there's so much more we can give you, there's so much more we can share, right? But there's not enough time, right? That's the thing, is that
Yes.
we only have a short period of time to talk about it. But if you're ready, right, reach out to us, we'll talk more about it, right? You can check out our website,
Website.
leejayandmelissa.com, or just go to our page and you know and watch a couple of those videos, right? Maybe
Yeah.
it will give you some ideas on how to get started. All
Yes.
right.
And the things that we do here, if it doesn't feel like work at all. It just feels like we're just having fun.
Yeah, I know, right? A ton of fun, and hopefully that gives you some insights. Watch out for next week. A ton of information.
Yes.
Love it.
Self doubt, number
Overcoming
one.
self doubt. We're talking about motivation, talking about
Yes.
techniques,
Visualization.
visualizations,
Yes.
and
Positive mindset.
that's right. And we're also going to share kind of like a workshop on how to create your personal success
Success
mantra.
mantra.
And I've actually attended this workshop, maybe 5, 6 years ago, on how to create your personal success mantra. And I'll pull that up and give it to you guys next week.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So I think that's it for us. Thanks a lot for watching this live. Right, drop down below where you're watching from.
Yes, let us know.
Let us know how global we
Yeah.
are, and we hope to see you guys on the inside. All right, thanks
Okay.
a lot, guys.
Bye. Thank
Bye. We
you.